Hey, I'm Jim Richardson. I hope you're having a great day. If you're not, I'm going to help you have a great day. You know, so many of our struggles revolve around whether or not we can trust God to keep His word, to keep His promises. You know, one of the most amazing scriptures in the Bible that was such a life changer for me was 2 Corinthians 1:20, where it says, every promise God's ever made is yes to anybody that's in Jesus. If you are in Jesus and you have a need in your life, if God has ever promised to meet that need anywhere in the Bible, then He says, yep, that's yours. And so, man, we get into this big thing. I don't know if I can trust God to do this. We're implying that God has not yet fulfilled those promises. Now, the problem is we are making God fit into our carnal logic, our carnal, natural understanding. We're trying to look at God, we're trying to look at the supernatural, we're trying to understand it, and based on a thought process that is limited to time, space, and matter. And the only way our ego can be satisfied with the way we understand the world around us is for it to fit into what we know, time, space, and matter. Well, the problem is God doesn't dwell in time, space, and matter. God dwells in eternity, and God dwells in a realm where there is no time, space, and matter. And if there is no time, space, and matter, then how God functions is totally different than how we function, but we're trying to make God fit into how we function. We're trying to understand God from how we function. Here is the most phenomenal thing I ever realized about the promises of God. When God makes a promise, He's not making that promise and then one day in the future He's going to fulfill it if we do all the right things. When God makes a promise, because there is no tomorrow there, that means there is no difference between God saying, I am going to do this, and it is done. There is no difference. When God says anything, the only thing that makes it true is that He is faithful to have accomplished it. As a matter of fact, in the Hebrew language, the word truth and the word faithful, they're a continuum. And the only thing that makes God His word true is the fact that it's always fulfilled. But it's not going to be fulfilled at some time in the future. It is fulfilled now in His experience. The problem is we don't trust His experience. The problem is we think we're trying to somehow believe that God at some time in the future will do it, and then we create all this theology around that about what we've got to do to earn it or get it or whatever. But the real truth is, whenever we accept the promises of God, we realize this is all now. And faith is now. Hope is tomorrow. Hope is looking down the road saying, I will come to a place where I will experience this outcome in my life. But when we move from hope to faith, we move to this is done now. And it gets settled in our heart. And we move to the place of absolute certainty. You know something, if you're struggling with the promises of God, if you're going through something right now and you're just overwhelmed with trying to believe that God will meet this need in your life, I got a short message that I think will be an incredible encouragement to you. And if you will click the subscribe button below, I'll pop you an email this Thursday with a link to a short message. I'm telling you, it's going to be a game changer for you. It's going to move you into the invisible now. And the invisible, once you move into the invisible now in your heart and your mind, then the invisible becomes visible. And that's where we want to get you to. And something, I also want to invite you to my website, drjimrichards.com. I've got hundreds of video teaching series that'll help you work through, deal with almost every imaginable issue in life. And you know what? They are free because I am here to be a blessing and a help to you. So be sure and click the subscribe button below, and I'll pop you an email this Thursday, and go check out all the free resources that'll help you build your heart and establish your faith.